Stepping onto the ballroom floor for the very first time? Well, you probably have 100 different things running through your mind right now, from memorizing the rhythm to figuring out your frame. But honestly, before you even think about trying your first turn, we really need to talk about your foundation. So today, in this explainer, we're breaking down the ultimate buyer's guide to finding your first pair of ballroom dance shoes. Let's get you properly outfitted.
Now, this is literally the most common question beginners ask us. Why not just wear my everyday street shoes or my comfy sneakers? Well, your everyday sneakers are built to grip the pavement, right? They're not made to pivot seamlessly across a slick hardwood floor. When you wear street shoes to a dance class, you are actually fighting against the mechanics of the shoe itself. It's kind of like trying to ice skate in winter snow boots. It totally holds back your progress, it makes turning incredibly difficult, and honestly, it can even strain your joints over time.
Because here's the thing, the true goal of a dance shoe isn't just about looking pretty out there on the floor. It's actually a highly specialized tool designed specifically to upgrade your technique and your comfort. What we're really looking for is a secure fit that moves with you, reliable traction that keeps you upright, and the absolute perfect balance of flexibility and support for learning all that complex footwork.
Okay, so here's our roadmap for today. We're going to cover why dance shoes matter, standard versus Latin styles, nailing the perfect fit, heels, soles, and traction, comfort and durability, and finally, what to expect during the break-in period.
All right, let's jump right into Section 1, why dance shoes matter and how they instantly upgrade your technique.
Look, investing in the proper footwear is quite literally the quickest way to improve both your comfort and your technique on the dance floor. It's a total game changer. The right shoe essentially acts as a physical connection between you and the floor. It completely transforms how you move, letting you articulate your feet properly, naturally find your center of balance, and execute your steps without constantly fighting against friction. Moving on to Section 2, standard versus Latin styles. You've got to know your steps. So standard, or smooth dances, like the waltz or the foxtrot, require a smooth-soled shoe that prioritizes a beautiful gliding, sliding action across the floor. In contrast, Latin, or rhythm dances, like the cha-cha or jive, require a shoe that focuses a lot more on grip, specifically to accommodate much sharper, faster foot actions. So the sole and the heel designs are actually fundamentally different to support these very specific types of movements. But you might be wondering, what if I'm a beginner taking a general class that covers both? Don't worry, your wallet is completely safe here. You definitely don't need to buy two separate pairs right out of the gate. Just prioritize a comfortable, stable option that works well on common studio flooring. And it's always a great idea to just ask your instructor what the studio generally expects and what versatile shoe they'd recommend for your very first term.
Let's move into Section 3, nailing the perfect fit. We want it snug, but definitely not pinching.
All right, here is a totally foolproof fitting process for you. Step 1. Always try your shoes on wearing the exact same socks or tights you actually plan to wear to class. Trust me, the thickness of your hosiery makes a huge difference. Step 2. Stand up and do a gentle weight shift. You're feeling for any heel slip or weird pressure points forming. And Step 3. Walk around for a few minutes just to confirm your toe room is actually comfortable when you're in motion.
And we need to bust a massive beginner myth right now. Many first-timers buy their shoes way too large just to avoid discomfort, but extra space can severely reduce your control and make turns so much harder. If your foot is sliding around inside the shoe, you completely lose your connection to the floor. You might think you're saving yourself from pinched toes, but you're actually sabotaging your ability to balance and turn.
So where exactly should you be feeling for this perfect fit? Pay special attention to the widest part of your foot and the area right around the ball of your foot. This is the spot where you need maximum support and absolutely zero slipping, mostly because this is the part of your foot taking the absolute brunt of the work during pivots and weight changes.
That brings us to Section 4, heels, soles, and traction. It's all about finding your ground.
When it comes to heel height, look, ambition can kind of get in the way of technique sometimes. For beginners, a lower, wider heel is almost always the smart choice. Why? Well, it gives you that essential stability while you practice your basic steps and focus on your posture. It just helps you feel grounded, especially during those really slow steps and when you're recovering from turns. Once you build up that confidence and control, then you can definitely consider moving up to a higher or more refined heel profile.
Now, traction requires a really delicate balance. On a highly polished floor, if your shoe has overly aggressive traction, it's going to feel sticky and literally trap your feet. On the flip side, if the floor is already slick and your sole is too smooth, you completely lose control and go sliding across the room.
What you're really aiming for here is controlled movement. You want a predictable, manageable glide, regardless of the floor type.
Okay, Section 5. Comfort and durability. These shoes need to be built for practice, because true comfort goes way beyond just throwing some simple cushioning on the insole. Here is a quick checklist of structural details that truly matter. You need good ankle support to prevent rolling. You absolutely want a secure vamp, that's the front upper part of the shoe, to lock your foot in place. Breathability is a must for those long, sweaty classes. A high-quality lining is what actually reduces the friction that leads to painful blisters. And finally, look for sturdy sole edges and really reliable stitching, because beginners work hard on basic technique, and that can cause cheat shoes to wear out super fast.
Oh, and if you're buying your first pair online, here is some highly practical advice for you. Obsess over the brand's specific sizing guide. Dance shoes rarely align perfectly with your regular street shoe size. And crucially, make sure you're ordering from a retailer with a very easy return policy. Finding that perfectly snug precision fit often takes a couple of tries, and your first pair will likely require a few small adjustments once you finally get them on your feet.
Finally, Section 6, the break-in period and adjusting to the floor.
First things first, you've got to expect a short adjustment period. Transitioning from thick rubber sneakers to a thin, highly articulated dance shoe, yeah, it's going to feel physically strange at first. It just requires a bit of patience as the materials soften up and mold to the unique shape of your foot. But remember, while adjusting is totally normal, suffering absolutely is not. It is so vital to listen to your body during those early practice sessions. Give yourself the time to really check your comfort. A little stiffness is just breaking the shoe in, for sure, but if you're experiencing actual pain or persistent pressure points that just won't go away, that is a glaringly clear sign that the fit simply isn't right, and you probably need to swap for a different size or width. Ultimately, just remember this. Your first ballroom dance shoes can do so much more than just look good. They can actually help you learn faster and dance with total confidence. Getting the fit, the heel stability, and the sole mechanics right isn't just about footwear, it is literally about unlocking your full potential out there on the dance floor. So, now that you know the exact mechanics of finding that perfect fit, which dance style are you gonna master first? Are you heading toward the smooth sweeping glide of the waltz, or the sharp, energetic rhythm of the cha-cha? Get those shoes fitted, step onto the floor, and find out for yourself. Thanks so much for joining us for this explainer, and hey, happy dancing!